Well, hello.
Hello, how is everybody?
I'm so glad that you're here.
Yeah, this is a special video we're doing today.
Yes, we're dressing up for...
Yeah, we dressed up for you. I wanted to look like I was going to the Oscars.
I wanted to look like I was going to a funeral. So how do I look? Good? They wouldn't have me at the Oscars.
I don't have an answer for that. I don't have an answer for that.
Not my own funeral, just a funeral.
We are Susu, Boo Boo, Buster, and...
Boo Boo's over there, Buster's
guy,
here, and I am the Wolfman,
guy.
and you will seldom see me dressed like this. When I first started in sales, I wore this all the time, everywhere. And now I wear a polo shirt and some slacks, and that's about it. Sometimes
a t-shirt and shorts.
Or around the house, that's it. Or pajamas.
Around the house? A t-shirt and shorts everywhere.
Well, that's true, everywhere, but especially around the house.
Winter, summer.
Yeah. Well,
so we want to show you guys something kind of special since you asked for this video, and it's just a select few of you that are watching. We've been working on, or I should say, Wolf has been working on a little bumper that will go before our videos. And he wrote some music and has a wolf howling in it, and then some images. So we were just going to show it to you. It's rough. It's not finished.
It's raw, and there's a place in it, I don't know why, where there's stops and comes right back in. I don't know why.
But let us know what you think of it.
Yeah, and any suggestions that maybe we can make it, how I can make it better. So in the future, we'll use something like this as our bumper going into our videos. And again, we love you guys, and we love doing this kind of stuff. And you know, I was looking at other channels, and they do this stuff, and they charge people. We're doing this for free.
Let's just play it for them. I love it.
Well, and the questions, we were going to do 50 questions, but we don't have that many. Right?
We have quite a few, but we'll get to those after this.
We'll do more, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to play this. I hope that you can see it right here. I could probably make it bigger. Could I make it bigger?
I don't think so.
No, okay. All right, so here we go.
Hello, we are Susu, Boo Boo, Buster, and that guy, the Wolfman. He's fine.
Yeah, we're good. Glad that you're here. All right, so that is it.
Yeah, I love it.
I hope that you do. I
love the music you wrote.
Yes, it's just simple little things.
Yeah,
it wasn't all that
awesome.
much.
It's awesome to me.
So, well, thank you, Mommy.
All right, so I want to say hello to our friend in Welsh, but it sounds a lot like hello here, so...
Hello. Hello.
Stop, let me try. Hello. Hello.
I have a friend, one of my best friends in the world, Walter Mera, and he'll call me on the phone, and he's not Welsh, he's Italian. He'll call me and go, hello, like that every time. And so we went on and listened to the translation.
How to pronounce it?
It sounds like that. Hello.
Hello. Hello. But anyway, hello to my friend.
In Wales, I have Welsh ancestry. My grandfather his father was from Wales. My grandfather on my mother's side.
All right,
I was very proud of it.
I would like to ask you something very important.
You can ask me.
Nick wants to know. Nick, we're getting to you here.
You're first, brother.
Do you like tacos?
Man, what
Nick, come on. What kind of question is that?
We're Americans.
Who doesn't like tacos?
Of
course we like tacos. Do you, though?
We like to assimilate other races into our culture, and we stole tacos.
We stole tacos?
And we love it, yeah, from the Mexicans. I don't know if that's true.
It may or may not be true. I don't know.
It's probably not true, but I do, yes. We love tacos, and probably could eat them just about every day. We like hard tacos. Soft tacos, chicken tacos, pork tacos, beef tacos, horse tacos.
What?
No.
No.
I think I'd eat a horse. Man, I think I'd eat a horse in a minute. Okay?
Okay,
thanks, Nick. Thanks for that question, brother. Appreciate it.
Oh, favorite color.
What favorite colors? Okay. Well, my favorite.
Wait, do you know what mine is?
Red. You bought me a red tie when we got married. Purple.
It's close to red.
Reddish.
Is my office and everything decorated in
Rust. I don't know, guys. Come on, that's not fair.
pink? It's always been pink.
All my girls are pink. All the girls are
Okay,
pink.
yeah, but I'm
That's
your wife,
right.
and it's always been pink. So
I
what
don't
is
think
yours?
That's true.
What is yours?
What is mine?
Green.
I just said that.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You didn't say green.
It is green. It's always been green. I love all shades of green. I like the Irish
It's always been
green.
pink.
I love dark green. My father had a dark green MGB ragtop, like 72 or something. It was a beautiful car. It's green. And he got drunk and tried to drive it on the porch. And so I don't think it lasted very long after that. Okay.
Okay, how and where did you guys meet?
That's a great question. I'll let her answer that.
I don't know if I can answer that correctly. I mean,
Well,
I
do you
can.
remember?
Yes, I remember.
Okay. Go ahead. Hit it. I'll correct any mistakes that you make.
Okay.
Let's gotta have a little backstory here though, and we don't want to get real personal or anything, but we gotta know a little bit of the backstory. So what happened?
Okay, so I was a widow with 3
Mm-hmm.
children,
Mm-hmm.
46, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I got on eHarmony, which is a dating website. And the first person that I communicated with was this guy. And then we met and I closed the account. So I met the first one.
Well,
Now he is the other way.
there's a little bit more to that story, okay? So no, I had been, again, not to get too personal, I had been married twice. My first wife, I got married at 24. We were very young. And, I just wasn't ready for it. I was playing rock and roll and I was, anyway. So eventually I had some relationships between that divorce. I got married again to a crazy lady. And I hope that she sees this because she completely out of her.
Stop.
Oh, anyway, my daughter should probably watch this. We had 2 children. We were married quite a while. And then eventually it just, it's too personal to get into how it ended. But I was divorced, had been divorced and was living by myself for a number of years. And I started on eHarmony just because I was lonely.
And Match too, right?
I was on eHarmony and Match, and I had a few dates, and they were horrible. It was terrifying. And then I saw her picture, and she was with her daughter, and she was wearing cowboy boots and a dress. And I was like, that's interesting. She's so pretty. Beautiful lady. I thought there's no way that she would reach out. So I just sent her a little note, and I didn't hear anything for like probably 2 weeks, nothing. And then I got this little note, and it was a question. I don't remember what the question was.
I don't know, but you said that really raised you up on the cool factor about me.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I was like, well, I was already up here, so
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, remember when we first, I think we might have even just been dating. I was playing with Possible Side Effects. Or were we married? And
Married.
we were playing in that little club, and you walked in, and the guys in the band had never met you, and they were ogling you. And I was like, that's my wife. And Pete was like, dude, that's not your wife. I was like, that's my wife. And he was like, man, props, dude. How'd you do that? Seriously.
Yeah, and then so we were communicating through email that was encrypted, and then I gave him my number and we texted for a while, and he kept bothering me to meet him for coffee, and I was not ready because
Tell him what you said.
I had 3 kids to look after. I had to be ready that it would be
nothing to do with kids. Tell him what you said.
that it would be safe to meet someone.
That's total bullshit. Tell them what you said. What was the question you asked?
You keep pushing and pushing to meet me for coffee. You must be some catch if.
That pissed me off. And that was the first time because I thought she was gorgeous, and I was like going to cat's paws. And she was like, you must think you're some kind of catch. And I was like, hell yes, I'm a catch. If you don't want me, you don't want this catch, then I was mad. She calmed me down pretty quickly.
He was being a reactive asshole. That's what he was doing.
Well, I just come out
after he went blah, 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 I said, we have been speaking to each other for 9 days.
I was ready to get married.
And you're acting, we haven't even met yet.
I had been alone for 5 years.
Yeah,
and he was
a piece of work.
Shy, and I'd come out of a terrible relationship, and I didn't think much about myself. And just the fact that she was talking to me, you know, I couldn't believe it. And then said, it didn't sound like 9 days to me. I would have gotten married then.
Well, when we first met, we met at a restaurant, and he told me that day that he thought he could marry me.
Yep. She was like, what the hell
you don't even know what the hell you're talking about or what you are getting into. Just drive back to my house with me and my 3 children and see if you still want me.
If you fast forward a couple years, living with 5 children in a blended relationship, I might stretch that out a little bit. I might have kept my account. I count my Garmin account. I might have kept it.
Okay, all right.
That's bullshit. That's
just
for language.
Yes, okay.
But so that's how we met, and that's how we got together. And there's some great stories that have come out of that.
He proposed to me that December on my birthday.
I did. I decided I wanted to marry her on her birthday, and it was also there's 3.
It's your parents' anniversary. My birthday and our anniversary now.
And one day.
And it's 3 days after Christmas, so there's no money for anything. It's like, oh, we're going to do this for our anniversary.
Nope.
No money.
Well, it's getting better now that the kids are grown and we can just like throw cards at them like Burger King cards.
Oh, gift cards.
$25, yeah. We're done. All right. Well, thank you for that question. That was fantastic. And I hope that we didn't talk too long.
Okay, what about Zozo, our friend Zozo? She's not too far from here, I think. She wants to know best fries, McDonald's, Wendy's, or Burger King. Hands down, girl. Hands down, it's Wendy's.
Well, I have...
Yes,
okay.
If they're fresh.
It is now, but when McDonald's, before they got all politically correct, and they were using animal fat before they started using like vegetable oil and got all ridiculous. When they were using animal fat and I was killing myself with it, those were the best fries ever. McDonald's, hands down.
They used to be. But
and then they got all, we don't want to kill animals. Screw that. Make me some fries.
That's not what it was. It was because they were
trying to get more healthy. Why did you get healthy on French fries? Oh, wait to healthy French fries. That's crazy. It's crazy talk. I don't want to be healthy if I'm eating French fries.
Okay, well, while we're being so serious, Ivan the Terrible had a question.
Well, did you want to do the second half of this question? Okay.
Yeah. Ivan says, check out this nuclear question. Do you think pineapple should or shouldn't be on pizza?
Well, you know what? That question kind of makes me question Ivan the Terrible. Why would you even have to ask that question?
It is so wrong on so many levels. It's
pineapple on pizza?
Wrong.
You know what? You know who does that?
Crazy people.
Crazy people who kill people. Yeah, like people who stab people to death after they eat pineapple on pizza. It's proven. There's stats. There's not stats. I made that up. No pineapple.
No, I mean,
I'm not sweet. There's nothing sweet on my pizza except for maybe a little sweetness in the sauce. That's all. Pineapple? Why not put cherries? Put cherries on pizza. Do that.
It's just not our jam.
I think it should be anybody's jam. In fact, if you put pineapple on pizza, you should be arrested.
We honestly feel like it should be outlawed, and we were thinking about lobbying. No,
for arrest, for people being arrested.
Kidding.
Hey, if you want pineapple on your pizza, rock on, man. Just don't come to me. Just don't even talk to me. I'm teasing. I think we have children like pineapple pizza, right? Does Dominic? No?
I don't know. I hope not. Okay, what type of music does Wolfman play or has played in his current and past bands?
Okay, so
that's a loaded question, so you're going to have
to
keep it a little condensed here.
Okay, when I started playing, I started pounding on the piano. My grandmother had a piano. She taught piano lessons, and I tried to take lessons, but I wasn't disciplined enough. But I liked it. I liked the way the piano sounded, and so I really started trying to play at 6 or 7 years old. But I would just blank around on it. My first band that I was in was a guy named Bobby White. He played drums. He's since moved to Nashville and changed his name to Zenith Star. And he does pretty well. I mean, he's not known or anything, but he plays all over the place. And if he's watching, hey, Zenith. And he and I started a band together, and he played drums at that point, but switched to keyboards. But that's where I started, and we did a lot of, tried to play some Elton John as much as I could.
Rolling Stones.
Billy Joel, Rolling Stones, all that stuff in that era. And then, I did that, but when I got my first keyboard was in 1980. And I started playing with a band that did rock and roll type originals in Washington, D.C. And that kind of took me off into that direction of playing rock and roll, doing a lot of originals. I was in a band called the Blue Wave in South Carolina. Two of the members are dead now. We were together a number of years, and we played original rock and roll. And then later, probably in the mid to later 80s, I started playing what we called in South Carolina was beach bands. And basically, if you're from Europe, beach bands are generally only popular South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. It's a coastal thing, right, where the beaches are. And you'd go to the beach, you'd set up and play, and made tons of money. I made $1,500, $2,000 a night every time we played, mainly during the summer. And that we played music that was specifically written by people from the beach, but a lot of music we played was like R&B. Like R&B with horns, so like Chicago, maybe even more. My mind right now, I just can't think. But we did like a lot of just R&B, like what you would consider R&B from '60s, '70s, that. And then when I did that for a while, and then when I moved out here, I played with a band called the Cabbage Heads, and they were sort of a beach band. Very famous in Arkansas and surrounding areas. Mr. Cabbage Head and Screaming Radishes. Look it up. I played with them for maybe a year or less, and then I started having health problems, and I had to leave. And they played again. It was a horn band, right? So we did a lot of horn type. We had 4 horn players, a guitar player, drummer, bass, and me, and the lead singer. And since then, since I got out of there, I haven't really done anything. I am looking to try to get back in a band. I've played country music. I played with a band here.
He's played it with a few bands, and the argument always ends up being that he doesn't want to play any more country music, right. And that's what everybody wants to play.
Yeah, we're
and he did play briefly with a band, an 80s band, back in time.
Yes, that was very fun, but again, that my health started being where I couldn't do it. And we were doing almost exclusively 80s music. So think of the 80s and pick out a song.
Yeah,
we were doing
awesome. I love that.
A lot of keyboards, real keyboard oriented, and a lot of stuff we were doing.
B-52s.
Sunglasses at Night.
Yeah.
I love that song. We played it a lot. But it didn't last very long, and they're still playing. I'd like to get back together with them, but I think they're scared of me. Scared I'll have a stroke or something. Anyway, so that's it. Thank you for asking. That was from who?
I don't know. You went on so long, I forgot.
I did.
Jupe Boom.
Jupe Boom. Like the name, man.
Okay, here's one. Dave Weeks. Interested to know your favorite books and or authors. My favorite book of all time, hands down, is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee.
Love it. That's right up there.
It's So if you want to fight, don't fight me. It is.
I mean, and the movie was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
With Gregory Peck, and we've seen that movie multiple times together.
So that's my favorite book. I love it. And as far as authors that I'm into nowadays, it's not a whole lot that anybody would recognize, but I do like to read some Stephen King. Sometimes some John Grisham, and if I'm going to read something with substance, I lean towards British literature.
Like some examples.
Oh, the Bronte sisters.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. I'm not real eclectic on books. Like, so I grew up reading mainly Stephen King, Dean Koontz. I like suspense and horror a lot in a book, not so much in a movie, but in books. And so that was pretty much, but I did read, I read To Kill a Mockingbird, loved it.
You've also read so much history, but it's not by one particular author.
There's quite a few. I loved All Quiet on the Western Front, great book, and watched the movie. It's very, very well done. And so, you know, I'm going to lean towards more pulp kind of stuff. But if there's clear classical books that I should read, I was looking at his authors. I know none of these people.
Yeah, we don't know Julian Barnes,
Justine Garter,
or Ian
Banks,
or Lane Banks.
Or is it Ian or Lane? Is it Lane? Okay.
What type of books are these?
Yeah,
I like kind of whodunit, sometimes adventure.
I'm not really.
I don't like sci-fi.
I'm not a big fan of philosophy either. I took philosophy in college as part of my requirements, and so I had to read some philosophers and some of the later philosophers, and it just doesn't do for me. And
I didn't say anything about philosophy.
No, because I don't know these guys.
Oh,
I'm saying they might be of that ilk. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who they are. They might be Pulp Fiction writers. That'd be great.
We need to look them up.
Yeah, we'll look them. We should have looked them up before we answered the question. Now, what's up?
Okay, let's see. What do we have next here? What place? Okay, this is Jessica.
This is hard.
Sweet Jessica. What place and or time in history would you like to visit? He overthinks things. So he's going all over the place. I just picked the first thing that came into my head.
You do yours.
I would like to go back to probably the mid-40s through the late 60s in the United States and see my parents as young people and see the evolution of the country when the civil rights movement came to fruition and the flower children, flower power, and all that. I would love to go experience that.
We were majorly involved in World War II, right? So we weren't as involved in World War I because we came in late. But in World War II, we got in 1942 when the Japanese attacked us. We got in and we stayed all the way through. And so that had a big impact on everybody, whether you served or not, right? And that kind of spurred the 60s, right? Because the kids of the war years really rebelled against all of that, right? Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, that's very interesting. I think that would probably be good for me as well. My first answer to this when we were talking was, again, history major, love history. I did
nerd.
I did an entire semester on the Crusades. It started in 1995, and it was ostensibly we're going to go to Jerusalem and drive the Muslims out, or drive people out, and we're going to bring back Jerusalem for Jesus, pretty much. The Jews and the Muslims, need to go. I would love to go back. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get dysentery. I don't want to get the plague. But I would love to go back and just feel what it felt like, because I don't think people understand how big the Crusades were. And I wouldn't join in the crusade, but I love the fervor and just what happened and how did everything get to and it lasted 200 years, right? In some form or another, it lasted forever, and there were so many reasons why it did. But man, I'm just
fascinated.
Fascinated.
That's good.
Thank you for that question, sweet Jessica, as my wife calls you.
She is sweet. Yes.
All of our people are sweet. Pila.
No, it's Pia.
Pia.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
If you could go back in time, what concert or artist would you like to see, and what Nightwish concert would you like to see?
Well, that's a great question. Go ahead.
I would like to see the Beatles before they stopped touring, and for Nightwish, I would like to have been at Tampere.
Yeah. Okay. So don't go past that question, because I want to ask you some questions. Why the Beatles? Why would you like to see the Beatles before they stop touring? Because to me, this is not a slam at all, and I'm not joking. I didn't like the early Beatles. They were okay. I loved the later. I loved John Lennon being crazy Beatles, right?
Yeah, but they weren't touring then.
They weren't touring then,
But they toured for a few years, and so at the very latest time that they stopped touring, the longest they'd been together, that's when I would have liked to have seen their concert.
Well, this I'm not answering this question because I have a different answer, but I would like to have seen them on the rooftop.
Oh, damn!
That would have been the best Beatles concert ever.
Right? Okay,
right.
I'm changing. Yeah.
That, I mean, even just watching the video of that event,
I love that.
Like, we're going to go up on the rooftop and play a set.
Yeah.
And it wasn't rehearsed. I mean, I don't know the whole history. She probably does better.
I was watching it when I was a little girl.
They decided to go up on the roof and play some music, and people stopped.
My dad was listening with me, and he's like, what the hell? Turn that off.
My dad.
During one of the songs where John Lennon says something that he didn't think that I should hear.
My father was very dualistic when it came to that. So he had Beatles records. He loved the Beatles. But he didn't want us to love the Beatles. He wanted us to know that he loved the Beatles, right? So we would steal his albums out of his closet and listen. But my father was a musician and loved music, and he loved music that he thought we shouldn't listen to. And Beatles was one of them. God is dead, When John said that, well, you can't listen to the Beatles. No, Beatles.
He never even said that. He just said that people are acting like the Beatles are bigger than Jesus, and then everybody freaked out. And
I thought he said God is dead.
No.
Okay.
No, because people were going crazy with Beatlemania, so naturally he said they're acting like we're bigger than Jesus.
No, he said we're bigger than Jesus.
No.
He didn't say we're acting like
yes, he did.
Anyway, so my answer to that question, if I could go back in time, what concert artist would I like to see? That's an easy one. Do you know? You know. You do. You just don't think you know.
John Prine?
No.
Willie
I've seen John
Nelson?
Prine. No. I've seen Willie Nelson. And I also seen this group twice.
Haight-Ashbury,
man.
The Grateful Dead, yeah.
The Grateful Dead.
While Jerry was still alive.
Well, that would have been, Haight-Ashbury days were the 60s.
Oh, so you want to go back then?
Yeah, I want to go back.
Yeah.
Haight-Ashbury and go to San Francisco, see them there. Go to Altamont and see them when they play at Altamont. When that was the original, they went through a few lineups, but when Pigpen died, right, and they replaced him with Bob Weir, I think. Deadheads Don't Attack Me. But that was and I didn't discover the Dead until 1980. And so by 1980, they'd had a number of years, right? And I was working at a shoe store in Virginia, and my boss was older, he loved the Dead. He turned me on with the Dead, and I went nuts. I was like, this is fantastic. And since then, they're one of my favorite bands. And I saw them twice. I saw them in 1980 at Wolf Trap. Was it Wolf Trap? No, it was Capitol Center. And then I saw them in 1985 at Columbia, South Carolina, which was getting towards the end, and not many people showed up. They had a resurgence, but then, then they faded out and Jerry died. Sorry.
Okay, so that's what you would go back and see.
And as far as Nightwish concerts, we don't know enough about them. I personally would love to go to see, what she said about Tempera, but I would love to see, what's her name? No, the before singer. Tarja.
You'd love to see Tarja?
With them. Live.
Wow.
I don't want to offend anybody.
No, it doesn't offend anybody. It's just what you'd like to go see.
I like her voice. I like her. I love Flora. Absolutely do. She's this goddess, the fucking, she's a Valkyrie. I get it. Tara's voice really appeals to me as well, and I'd like to have seen her live and we've seen little snippets, but not enough to know what they were like with her. Anyway,
okay.
Sorry.
All right, so that's for Pia. Okay, yeah, you have to take this one from Goter.
Okay. Who is Clovis Clovis the First?
Okay, I put some notes here.
Yeah, you would need to. So 465, this was really early on. He started the Merovingian kingdom of Gaul, which Gaul, as I understand it, Gunter, please correct me if I'm wrong, but Gaul encompasses France, maybe the Netherlands possibly, but that whole area right there was considered Gaul, right? And we
France,
studied.
Germany,
I actually
Netherlands.
studied it. Yeah, I studied it. He got the kingship, and she got this information. I did not know
At age
this.
15 or 16.
Spread of Christianity in France and Germany, and subsequent birthplace of the Holy Roman Empire. Now that is another old question altogether, and would take forever.
But that's
to
who
talk
he
about.
is.
That's who he is, and then we'll do more questions later, Gunter. Let's talk about the Holy Roman Empire. I know a lot about it. So anyway,
You guys could talk all day long.
Gunter,
Okay.
I need to get on the phone, brother.
Okay. So I want to tell you guys a few things about this channel.
Okay.
Did you know that 90% of our viewers are male? And only 10%
Look at that.
are ladies.
And look at this.
So where's my girlfriends? Come on.
Well, look at they don't want to look at this all day long. What the hell?
Well,
The
all
guys
right.
are like, yes. Oh, sorry.
Okay, the majority age is between 35 and 65 of people that
Makes sense.
watch.
Makes sense.
We have had 1,034,000 views
Okay.
since March 1st.
How many subscribers do we have?
And we have 3938 subscribers.
3,930. So we're getting
Right.
pushing 4,000, and when we get 4,000, we'll do a little something special. I don't know what yet, but we will.
Confetti?
Possibly. We could shoot like confetti cannons. That'd be awesome. Here in the room.
If we do confetti though, then
Can I hit
who's
the
gonna
gold
vacuum that up?
You want? Can I hit the golden buzzer and make the?
Make confetti come down?
So Brendan,
Okay.
this is a question is going to require. There's a whole story on Brendan about.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm going to do that later, because we spend a lot of time. I would like to answer that maybe in a video on its own, because a whole lot needs to be said about that.
There really is. We'll read you the question
Read the
and
question
then
and
let
then
you ruminate on it. But
ruminate on it
I
and
also
come back
have
to it.
a couple other things to tell
Sorry.
you.
I'm sorry.
Our channel, our viewers, in order from most down to least, most of our viewers are from Germany,
Yes.
then Finland,
Yes. Again,
then the Netherlands,
they're all yes. By the way, I've been to I've been to Holland.
then US, where we are,
Yeah. Okay.
Sweden, United Kingdom,
Okay.
Russia,
Wow. Get in there, Russia. Get you
France.
some. France, Gaul.
Poland.
Love that.
I
Love
can't
that
believe
idea.
this. It's so wonderful.
That is cool.
And Canada. So that's the top 10 of
Hey.
the analytics.
I love Canada.
Finally figured out how to find these analytics on YouTube like 2 weeks ago, and we've been doing this for 5 months.
Yeah,
So
that's-
it's good to know that it's 90% men, so I'm not putting like stuff for the ladies out there.
But where are your girls? Where are your girls?
I do have girls. I have Erica, I have Pia, I have Jade, I have Amy, I have Jessica, Zoe, Zozo,
Damn. You all
shit,
getting
Helen.
together, getting together for tea and make.
I'm gonna forget somebody.
Gonna do crafts.
Shut up.
Wow. Did you see this?
Okay, but I want to read you this this wonderful question from Brendan.
Brendan, again,
It's gonna take a bit.
It's going to take
Okay,
a bit. There's
we're
a lot
processing.
has happened, and you know, and the book is coming out, so wait for that.
Okay, so Brendan, couldn't help but notice most commentators avoiding the big one, so here goes with Dutchy bluntness.
This is hard. This is tough for me. So go ahead.
Is it, or is it not, true that skunk puppet vocalist Eddie Black Badger Snuffland, formerly Ramblin' Polecats, already left the band even before the long-awaited debut album release?
Well, keep going. Is there more? Can
And
you
if
get
I
through it?
sneak in another
Yeah.
one,
Do you need a here?
if so, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
No, I got toilet paper for you here.
Thank you. I think at the Oscars they give people tissues.
I sell tissue, and I'm not giving you tissue. Get toilet
Okay.
paper.
All right, let me finish. Okay.
Sorry.
And if I may sneak in another one, if so, will the band publish an open letter to explain the situation?
Wow. Okay.
So,
like I said, the book is coming out, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to lose any revenue.
It's a painful situation for everybody involved.
It was. I don't know if you remember the band Spinal Tap. There's some similarities to Spinal Tap. And I'll also say, you know, we were talking about Van Halen. There's some similar issues to that. But Eddie Black Badger, Snuffland, he wasn't even a skunk puppet. He wasn't a skunk. He was a badger. It's in the name. I'm getting hot. My face is getting red. So,
yeah,
so
he gets upset. You okay? You okay?
He wasn't a skunk.
Okay.
He passed himself.
It's all right. It's all right. Okay, so what's the first concert we ever saw together? You got me the tickets for Mother's Day, and you gave them to me early because you were in really big trouble, and I was supremely angry at you. And so you handed me the tickets.
Here?
No.
We're in South Carolina.
In South Carolina.
It was at the Coliseum.
Yeah, and what would have made me smile more than anything?
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And he's like 900 years old.
And he was in
he has
so
to
much.
Step on a pedal.
Stop it. So much fucking trouble. And that even after I got the McCartney tickets, I was
She's very mad.
I went from this mad to this mad.
Yeah.
They were still mad at me.
But let me tell you something. We set up in the nosebleed seats.
It wasn't really that way.
It wasn't terribly bad because if you know the Coliseum, it's not that big. It's in South Carolina. I mean, I don't even know how many thousands of people it held. It was packed. It was full. And we were, but I'll tell you what, when we got in there and he played that first note, she was in love with me again. Right then and there. That whole mad at you did something wrong, gone. So that's my point. So if you want to make things right with your lady, find out what she likes. My lady likes the Beatles, right? And she likes others. I've taken her to see the Eagles, Alice Cooper, you know, but that was the one, man. Because we'll probably never get to see him again, otherwise. Don't get mad. You know it's true.
I know. He's touring still, but... Okay, let's move on then. I think we only have a couple left. Oh, they wanted to know the name of my stapler, and it is Cookie. That way, whenever I talk to somebody and I need them to hand me the stapler, I say, give me Cookie, and it gives them a subliminal message to go get me a cookie. I'm not kidding. That's a true thing.
For our Canada guys...
Don't look it up. It's true.
Yeah, don't look it up. For our Canada guys, real quick, I wanted to back up. For Canada people that watch this, if you have not seen a horror movie called Pontypool, watch it. We'll discuss later.
Is it on Netflix?
It was on Netflix or Prime or something like that, and I've never seen it. And it was probably one of the most well done of its horror genre. And again, I'm not a great big horror fan of movies, but it was very, very good. I want you to, the Canadian Canucks, man, reach out, let me know.
Okay.
And if I insulted you by calling you a Canuck, deal with it.
Don't worry about him. He's a piece of work.
Yeah, I am.
If you could start life again, say from age 18 or 20, what would you change, if anything?
Lot.
Don't overthink it, and don't go a million different places. Just think of one or two things.
Would not gotten married a few years out of high school. That's the first. That's the big thing.
Because you weren't ready to be married.
I was not ready to be married. I was
terrible
I
husband.
was a terrible husband. I was a terrible husband.
It wasn't fair to her.
It was not fair to her, and no, she doesn't watch. We still have been in touch as late as a couple of years ago when we were still living. And I was playing in the band with her husband. He and I had been friends for 30 years, and then they met after we got divorced and they got married, and they've been married a long time now. So anyway, yeah, that's a bunch of other things, but if I could go back to 18 to 20, I would wait much longer to have gotten married. How about you? Waiting on you?
I know.
You could come back to it if you like.
Yeah, I just, it's hard for me to say because if I changed anything, it wouldn't make me who I was, who I became as a result of any hardships or path that I was supposed to take. So
but you had a pretty good 18 to 20, right? Relatively.
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, yes, I did. I was just, I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you for the question, though, Phil. Phil Peacock.
Phil Peacock. Oh, great name.
Yeah. Let me just make sure. Oh, we have, I think, just one left, and it's.
Was Zozo's best movie?
Oh yeah. Hey Zozo.
Coming back to your question.
About a movie.
After the fries question.
Yeah, we don't go out to the movies very often.
We don't.
Lately, but we watch movies almost every day.
Yeah.
So if it's been on Netflix or Prime or there's a way to get it, and then the ones that are in the theaters come to Netflix, then we wait for them there. But we went to the movies at Christmas with the kids and saw Spider-Man. What is, it's not Into the Spider-Verse. It's, what was it called?
Did you write it down?
Yeah, I think
You were just there.
Oh, Spider-Man No Way Home.
I loved it. It was great. I love the new Spider-Man. There's been a bunch of them over the years, but the new kid that's playing Spider-Man.
There was a really special surprise in that movie that if you didn't read ahead or look at the news,
Go tell me.
I'm not going to say it, you wouldn't have known about. Now, a couple of the family that went already knew about it because they read that it was going to happen. But I didn't, and it was really, I'm glad I didn't know.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Just because it's even more of a thrill.
As you watch the movie, if you watch this movie, chime in on comments of what she's talking about, maybe. Or would that be spoilers?
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Wait a while.
Who knows? I mean, maybe our viewers are like, into the spider fuck what?
Remember when I bought my son Dominic, my oldest son Dominic, a shirt from that represented the movie or the show, The Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, yeah.
And he refused to wear it because it was a spoiler. He never did wear it. I wore it. I was like, this is ridiculous. The show's been on for years. He's like, I'm not going to do it. So I wore it. And what happened the first time I wore it?
He spoiled the whole show.
I spoiled the show for my brother and his wife.
They're like, we've been watching.
They were like, we're watching it regularly.
One season left to get to.
Did he die? And I was like, oh, sorry. Anyway. So yeah, and then is that everything?
I think that's it, except for that one.
Oh,
yeah.
You want to do that last?
One.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we didn't get to your question, please put it down. If you have other questions, please go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's from Butterfingers.
Okay, Butterfingers. You guys look like you've been together for a long time. What's your secret? We've been together 11 years in December, right?
No.
No, 11 years in September.
No. Well, it's close anyway. About 10 years.
No. We've been married 10 years in December. We've been together 11 years.
Got married in 2014, and it's 2022. So we'll have our 8th anniversary. That's okay. Anyway,
so 9
years.
9 years, okay. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Wow.
So we haven't been together forever.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
But what is, she asked the question, what's your secret? And before she showed me her answer, when I sat down, I said the same exact thing. What did we say? Said it at the same time.
Grace. Oh. Let's do it
again.
again.
Not getting any grace for that. No, you ruined it. Everything that I said was great. Before that,
give me some grace. Give me some grace.
What the hell's the nose?
I have lipstick on you. Okay.
My girlfriend's getting lipstick on me all. I was just joking. Yeah, grace, man, grace. And I didn't have a lot of grace when we first got married. But I did. I was getting to it. But I had such a hard time in my life. A lot of it self-imposed. But over the years that we've been together, I've learned that I am grace required, right? And as she gives me grace, I want to extend the grace to her. And I do most of the time. I'm a pretty graceful guy these days. Didn't used to be. So go ahead.
Just if you don't want to be kind and gracious and unselfish, do it. Just push it and do it.
Yes.
And then the person that you love, the same thing comes out in them. So
Exactly
you can't
right.
you can't lose.
Can't go wrong. It's similar to, if you think about exercise, and I'm not being funny, I'm the same thing, in that you only get out of it what you put into it. Now, grace is so much higher than that, and there's so much bigger return, but it's the same type of thing, right? So you go in the gym, you stand in the gym, you're not getting anything, right? So you start working at it, right? You can't become uber graceful overnight. It takes time if you haven't shown grace. And especially if you haven't been shown any grace, it's even harder, right? So first of all, find out what it is, right? Doesn't have to be a religious thing even. We tend to skew that way, but...
We use the word grace, but that to us just means unmerited favor.
Right.
Like,
understanding.
I'm going to love you. I'm going to see you through this.
Yes.
Even though you didn't earn it.
Right.
You don't deserve it.
Right.
No, just grace. So that's when we use that word, that's what we mean. I don't know if they might not use it the same.
They might not, but that's what we mean. We mean, I love her, and if I really love her, then I'm going to show her grace in as many things as I can, and I'm growing in grace, right? I'm getting better at it as we practice with each other. She's always been very graceful to me. It took me a while, again, because of background that you don't even know about, but in the last 9 to 11 years.
Stop with this chair.
Actually,
Stop.
I'll stop. I'll stop. I promise.
I think we've gotten through all of our questions.
Guys, thank you so much. This was fun. We never dress up. We don't go out much anymore at all.
I know. It's not because we can't or we're not healthy enough to go out and like do certain things. We just are lazy. And we're very comfortable in our little shell at our house. And anybody who wants can come over, but I don't go out as much as I used to. I just like...
We don't go at all to nightclubs and stuff because we're too old. You know, we might go see a band.
We have gone to see bands. Yeah.
We go to the old town days where they go back to, like, you know, in the 1800s and decorate the town and everything. Right?
Yeah.
We do that. We like that, and people set up booths and stuff like that. But that's the extent of us getting out, really. I go to the music store a lot and just hang out with the guys there. But that's
Go to church every week.
Church. Yeah, church is a good place for us to hang out. A lot of friends there.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in.
This is fun.
If you did,
questions,
and want to give you guys a rating.
Oh, man, 5 stars.
Can we go higher?
Well, we could go 6, but there's not such a thing.
All right. I think I'm going to have to pull out the big guns.
Okay. I know what you're going to do, and it's probably warranted.
I don't want to be all over the camera here, but... Okay.
I need to take this in.
These are all the things that we think of you. So I'm going to give all of you guys a flip phone.
Amazing. You went right for the heart of it.
A heart.
Yes.
You all have my heart.
5 hearts.
Our cat, Leanne.
Yes.
She's cement, so it's still heavy.
It's pretty heavy.
Giraffe. Beatles playing cards. And
wow. You've never brought those out, have you?
I think maybe once.
Okay.
But these guys, they need everything. They get it all because I love them all so much. Here's all the cards that have little notes to you in your languages. And, well, you can show it.
Okay, so she bought me this for a birthday, I believe. I am an absolute lunatic. meaning that, yeah, it comes on. That's awesome, because I couldn't get it to come on. It needs to be charged. It is an exact representation of the moon with everything on it.
We showed this to them once.
We did, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's okay,
But I have actually been driving home at night, remember?
Do you want to howl?
I do, but I won't.
Come on.
No, you heard it in the song.
Come on.
Ooh,
There you go.
I was driving home
And a
from a gig.
pencil.
Go ahead.
No, I'm letting you talk.
I know, it's fine. I was driving home, remember? And the moon was out, and I started looking at the moon and got so entranced I almost had a wreck. Love the moon, man. Moon's the best.
Well, we love you guys.
We do.
And I
Thank
think
you
I
again
got
for
every
catering.
single thing that I have in the house and just gave it as a rating for you.
Trust me, there's more. She'll come up with more.
I do. I come up with stuff.
Everything in the house. Are you kidding me? There's so much stuff in the house. It'll be out here in my studio.
Oh, you stop.
Bye, guys.
So listen,
Love you.
be blessed.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is a one-off. We won't do this much, but we did want to do this for you, man. And some more questions. We'd like to do it again.
Be blessed. And
don't hurt anybody, please. Don't start the Crusades again.
No,
Dark
we
time.
do not need that. And don't be a jerk.